Yeah. Welcome in. Welcome back. Not too happy right now. In fact,
no round of applause. What's the round of applause?
Round of applause for what, Transformer? For what?
For the
my
show,
bad.
man.
You know what? Here we go. I got you. Here we go. That round of applause wasn't for us. It was for NIU, Northern Illinois U, for going into South Bend, Indiana, beating the number 5 Notre Dame Fighting Irish on their own field in the biggest win in program history. That's what that round of applause was for. Because it wasn't for the Irish. It wasn't for us. And I'm miserable. And now I got to sit here with you for the next 2.5 hours. Not that I mind doing that, or however long it takes to get through these topics. And I got to stew, and I got to be miserable, and I got to watch my phone get lit up by all my Notre Dame hating homeboys, so they can laugh at my pain. But it's going to be what it's going to be. So what we're going to do is we are going to get into another amazing episode of the Format Podcast. We got some great topics for you, as you can see in the rundown. A lot of football stuff, and we'll do some quick hits before we even get into those. And yeah, man. Yeah.
Everybody. All right, because he's so mad right now. He didn't even say, "What's up, Transformer?" He didn't.
What's
round of applause. He forgot everything. My man is distraught right now. Okay,
distraught.
He is distraught now. So, chat, everybody, no matter how you're watching, how you tuned in, man, just give my man a virtual embrace. All right, brotherly love. Put his head on your shoulder. Console my guy. He is out of whack right now, guys.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Marcus Freeman got the. You know what? I'm gonna save that for the quick hits. I can't even. I'm so irritated about this. Like, this is really.
Welcome to Week 1, Florida State.
Yeah. No, I got it. I got it,
man. That's how we feel.
Yeah,
After that, like the Week 2 loss, it was just like, all right, man, whatever.
Yeah.
But man,
all right. Let's, man. All right. So listen, thank you for joining. I want to kind of wait for the chat to pick up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop my thing here. You know what we like to do, so I'm gonna do that. If you're here on YouTube and you haven't already, please make sure you go ahead, click that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in the Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us that like, that 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And finally, make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, set an alarm, do whatever you got to do to remember. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. we are live here on the Format Podcast, and we'll give you the opportunity to call in, talk to us, get at me. I love it. I can't. Got a really good one here. This one is one that I was really excited to discuss. And this is, as you see there, NFL QB legacies. And what do we mean by that? My thought on that is it's going to be a question. And that's, which quarterback in the NFL, and it doesn't have to be one of these guys, but in general, which quarterback do we think would benefit most from a Super Bowl championship this year? Is it Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson? I know what G would say. G would say Lamar, but is it Russell Wilson? Is it Dak Prescott? Is it someone else that I'm not even thinking about? What quarterback do we think would benefit most from a championship this year? And who would have the biggest boost to their legacy? So you want to start?
I think you already know what the answer is.
Do I? What's the answer?
You know who the answer is.
Aaron Rodgers?
Negative.
Then what's the answer? Dak Prescott?
Negative.
Then I have no idea what the answer is then. Who is it?
Lamar Jackson.
Really?
I think he has the most to prove, yes.
Okay,
this would put his legacy in a stratosphere that all of the great mobile running backs, mobile quarterbacks has ever been. Cam Newton, Mike Vick, those got me. Culpepper. The mobile black quarterbacks that run like him. I mean, Russell Wilson was more of a mobile quarterback, but he didn't like lead. Like he wasn't like the face. Like Legion Boone was like the face of of the Seattle Seahawks. You know them more about lead the boom, beast mode, Russell Wilson, and that's my opinion. You know, that's the order. And the Ravens, who do you think of first when you mention the Baltimore Ravens? Lamar Jackson. You think Atlanta Falcons, who do you think of first? Mike Vick when he played.
Yeah.
Cam Newton, Carolina.
Yeah.
Who do you think of first when you mention Carolina Panthers? Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point, you have 2 MVPs. You have been through this little, figuring it out thing in the playoffs to where you just can't really get it done.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, you're not only doing it for yourself, you're doing it for all black mobile quarterbacks that played the same exact way you did to finally win one. Put you in a higher echelon of just like he did it. He did it the way that the game has traditionally meant to be played. He did it with his legs. He came in and being drafted as they're calling him a running back. Like, bro, you're a running back. I got drafted at the end of the round. Everybody skipped over me. And at the end of the first round, I got picked. And they labeled me a running back. All the media was calling me a running back. I came in, not only won the most strategic award in pro football, the MVP, twice as a quarterback. I now have a Super Bowl to just top it all off. And I did it at the quarterback position when y'all were calling me a running back from the moment I got drafted. I think that says a lot, bro. I think that says a lot.
It does.
I truly do.
Tyler says he believes that the greatest lift to someone's legacy with a championship this year is Pat Mahomes. He enters top 2 all time with a 3-peat. I kind of think that too. Only other player in the league with more to gain from a Super Bowl is Lamar, but Pat leaps some legendary names with a 3-peat: Peyton, Montana, Breeze. That's definitely that's definitely an argument. What does Sneed say? Sneed says, I guess he's talking about Lamar. He has elite defenses and embarrassment of riches at the running back position. They have continued to work to bring in wide receivers by draft and free agency. That's true.
I think he's talking about Baltimore.
I think he's talking about Lamar.
Yeah.
He has one of the best coaches in the league and a coach that really believes in him. That's definitely pressure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So all those things are true. That said, I really had a hard time. I was back and forth thinking about this question because all these guys, there's a legitimate. So let me run down some of the reasons why we could look at all of them. Obviously, you mentioned Lamar. We mentioned Mahomes.
That's my number one.
Right.
I didn't think about the Mahomes part to that extent, but I like it. I like that.
That 3-peat is huge.
The 3-peat
because no one's ever done it.
Nobody. I mean, we haven't seen a 3-peat in sports since Kobe and Shaq. So,
true.
I mean, what's that?
And we know how hard it is. I think it's harder to win in football than it is in basketball. So,
absolutely. Because I mean, you got one game to prove it versus best out of 7.
Yeah. So here's another deal, right? I'm gonna just go on some of these names, and if anybody in the chat thinks up a name that kind of can go into this discussion that we haven't brought up, feel free. All right, so cool. Josh Allen, here's one, right? We've heard numerous times, Josh Allen's going to be the MVP. He's in the MVP race, hasn't gotten it done. But even more so than that, how legendary would it be if he was able to bring a championship to the Buffalo Bills, the team, right, that lost 4 in a row in the 90s, right? And that team was loaded with Hall of Famers. That's one of the best teams ever, one of the most talented teams ever. But what? They couldn't win. So if Josh Allen were to be the guy who could get them that championship, imagine what that would do for him legacy-wise. So there's that. I'm not saying he's definitively the answer, but I think there's consideration there. Let's look at Dak Prescott. I
like that.
We talk constantly.
That would be my second pick.
Right? We talk constantly about Dak Prescott, the Cowboys wide receiver. The Cowboys haven't even made an NFC championship game since 1995. We know about all the pressure that comes with being that guy at that position with the star on your helmet in that city, right? We know all about that. Imagine if Dak Prescott were to win a championship for the Cowboys, how immediately that would vault him. I think that would put him in the Hall of Fame right there.
It would have
it would put him in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, the league media, everybody, it will be upside down.
Everything.
If
Yes.
he won a championship for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean,
I think it would immediately put him in the Hall of Fame. I don't think there would be any question after that.
Without a doubt.
Right?
Without a doubt. Now, especially if he's the one leading it. I mean, because you mean like the Cowboys haven't won a championship since 1995. That's
1995. Correct.
1995.
Yeah.
Right. You mean tell me 30 years that Jerry Jones has been keeping the media hype about what 3 playoff wins in 30 years? So you mean tell me the greatest America's team? This is America's team, right?
Right.
You finally got him out of that hole after 30 years.
Right. So Snead says Dakota's generally viewed as an average talent. Playoff success for him is an overachievement. In my opinion, it would be a small miracle. And that, to me, is why he should be in this argument as one of those that has the most to gain legacy-wise from being able to win a championship. I think, he would be there. Okay, next possible discussion on this topic. We just finished talking about Russell Wilson in the last topic and how a lot of the success that he was, Nebraska blocks the kick. Jeez, they're dominating. So we talked about how a lot of the success Russell Wilson was able to have earlier, he had an elite run game, a beast mode. He had an elite defense, Legion of Boom. If he was able to go somewhere else, right? Don't get me wrong, he'd have an elite run game. Not an elite run game, but a good run game.
I about to say, I don't think Najee Harris is
and an elite defense, though. He would have an elite defense in Pittsburgh. If he was able to win there, especially after what went on in Denver, that would immediately vault him right back up into the Hall of Fame consideration / discussion / maybe guarantee, right? Yeah. So that would be one right there. Russell Wilson. That's his argument. Now here's the other argument. This guy in front, number 8 in white and green. We know how great he is. You know how great he is transforming.
I know.
Right. So now imagine he leaves. The New York Jets last won a championship in 1969 in Super Bowl III. Joe Namath will win. I guarantee it. Right. Okay, cool. They beat the heavily favored Baltimore Colts in Super Bowl III. Got it. Yep. Now, we also know everything is magnified in New York City, just as Jeremy Lin, right?
You took it. Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Pause.
You worked it. Oh, man. My bad.
Pause.
Oh, man. Whoa. No, Diddy.
Yeah. We need to get that shirt, man. Damn, I ain't take nothing from you, man.
My bad, bro. But you took the idea of where you're going with it. Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
Yes. So everything in New York City is extremely magnified, and so
absolutely,
you're in a situation now where these guys haven't won in 50 years, more than 50 years. They haven't won a championship. 55 years. They haven't won a national championship.
54?
1969, 2024, 55 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. You're right. So 5.5 decades, they haven't won a world championship. It's New York City. You're a made man forever. And you've shown that, okay, because the argument has always been Aaron Rodgers' defenses let him down in Green Bay. Now, I don't really go for that. If you're
most of them, I would agree. Most of them.
I don't really go with that because if you're that elite of a quarterback, you're supposed to turn those games into a shootout. But that's a different story for a different day. Now, not saying he's not an elite quarterback, but the point is now he will have the defense that he needs to help him out, right? To help him along. So if he can take the Jets to a championship, it's gonna. I think it would blow up to the same level as Dak Prescott winning a championship in Dallas, or maybe even more. So I think I'm trying to think. The answer to the question is going to be
Breeze.
Say what?
What? He's locked behind Breeze. Okay,
Ooh.
Brady, Manning, Montana. I'm good with that. Tyler, Breeze?
All right, let's see. Second thought, Lamar may become a 1-1 with a Super Bowl in his prime. Forget all the QB rankings. He may enter athlete rankings akin to Bo Jackson. Well, the thing with the athlete rankings, Tyler, with Bo Jackson actually played 2 sports. Oh, okay. So I get what you're saying, but Lamar only played, football. Snead, D. Watson needs to do something in Cleveland. Good coach, really good defense, strong run game. He needs to show up. True. Watson, if Watson gets Cleveland a Super Bowl, they would build him a statue. True. That's a good argument. Does Rodgers move up in all-time QB rankings with another ring? I think he's locked behind Brady, Manning, Montana, Breeze, not Breeze. Not Breeze. So, Tyler, I think if he gets another chip, again, like we were talking about in New York with the Jets, not even the Giants, but the Jets, I think he would absolutely move up. Because we knew that Brady was the greatest of all time, but when he went to Tampa Bay to a new team and anyone, I think that made it something even different, something even greater. So I think it would probably Manning won championships with 2 organizations, so maybe it doesn't put him ahead of Peyton Manning, but I definitely think he's ahead of Breeze and maybe not Montana. But yeah, it'll definitely move him up there. So I guess by, I guess, man, that's tough because, okay, let's start narrowing these down. A lot of people said Lamar. I don't think it's him. I think he's got time. You know what? Based on that, based on the fact that the time is limited, I think it's got to be Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's a good point. Also because he's older, right?
Yeah, I mean,
these other guys still have time.
Yeah, if you base it off time.
Aaron Rodgers is already 40. So now imagine the only other guy we've seen, play at an elite level at that age in the NFL is Tom Brady. So now if Aaron Rodgers can go and win a chip again in New York City with the Jets at this age and coming off a major injury, I think that would do. Like, it would create a legend in the NFL. So, yeah, I'm going to go. I think the answer is Aaron Rodgers. Yes.
I like that.
Breeze has 20,000 more passing yards and 100 more TDs than Rodgers. So,
how many MVPs
part of that, though, Tyler, and you're right.
How many MVPs he got? How many? I can name
one.
Aaron Rodgers has 4.
One or none. One or none.
I don't think he has 1.
Well, there you go. But I don't really hold that against guys, depending on the era they played in and who were the other elite quarterbacks.
They played at the same time. They played at the same time.
Okay. But so here's the deal with the 20,000 more passing yards Breeze had. Remember, Aaron Rodgers didn't even play his first 3 years because of Brett Favre.
He has
and then he also more games. Right. So he also missed another year because of the Achilles. So we got to think about that. And 100 more TDs than Rodgers. Again, that's
100 more TDs, 133 less interceptions. Keep going.
Right. So I mean, you can look at that. You can look at that from both sides, and that's not that's not. I don't think Breeze has an MVP, but 80,000 passing yards is something only 2 men have.
Yeah, but you got the games along. I mean, you're good, but you Tyler, have no MVPs.
But let's look at this. I got this transformer. Watch this. So we got to remember, at the height of Breeze's prime, if I'm not mistaken, New Orleans had 3 straight 7-9 seasons. They had 3 straight 7-9 seasons where the defenses were among the worst in league history. And so Breeze was killing it, putting up insane passing numbers because they were getting blown out all the time. So he had to try to throw them back into these games. Now, does that mean he didn't throw for all those? Go ahead, man.
Let me hold you real quick. Pause.
Facts. Whoa, what's up with you tonight, man?
I said pause. It was a quick pause.
Man, you shouldn't even let something like that come out your mouth. Pause. You shouldn't even have done that.
Yeah, that was a pause too, bro.
I said pause real quick though, didn't I? But go ahead though.
I want to say just as quick as I did. But either way, man, this is bad. But we can't say anything as a grown man.
No, you really can't.
Grown man, I gotta pause literally everything, right?
Right. Okay. Go ahead though.
The 3 year 7-9 stretch. It was 7-9, 7-8, 7-9. He was hurt one game. He missed one game, right?
Okay, my bad.
He led the league every season of all those 3 seasons with 4,900 yards, 4,800 yards, 5,300 yards. But he was a losing quarterback. Technically, he was a loser.
Yes.
Right. So I mean, you can do that if I'm behind and I have to throw the ball. Aaron Rodgers didn't play from behind. He literally, Aaron Rodgers has 1 losing season, 1 losing season where he was the starter quarterback from the beginning to the end. He has 1. Every single losing season, if you go and pull up the stats online, he was hurt. He was hurt that year, except 1.
Yeah.
4 MVPs.
Yeah.
100 plus less interceptions. 50 less games in which you're talking about. He got 20,000 yards. I mean, come on, G. He's not locked behind no Drew Brees.
An Aaron Rodgers guy. If you ask me, and a lot of people would disagree with this, but yeah, I mean, we're seeing what this dude did. Every throw, mobile, extremely smart, could dissect defenses. I think that we got to look at, not to make excuses, but there are reasons why he's behind Breeze statistically. Aaron Rodgers isn't crossing the street. He's going to be worse than Russ. All this speculation is comedic. He couldn't even jog for a year. You want him taking snaps against NFL defenses. I guess we just got to wait and see, right? Because as we know, Sneed, man, sports medicine is just at a totally different level now than it's ever been at before.
But the thing is that
we'll find out.
To my point, Sneed, Russell Wilson is predicated off of scrambling. Aaron Rodgers can just
mobility
sit.
Is such a major part. Yeah, Aaron
Rodgers is still an elite thrower, just sitting in the pocket, just being a Tom Brady. Finally, he's literally going to be Tom Brady. Like, he can literally sit back in the pocket. Now, granted, maybe a little bit, a few more picks, but I think his game, his level, and what we've seen from Aaron Rodgers, he can throw from any spot on the field, any spot. Now, if you let him just be able to sit there, he can eat the defense apart. He can kill, he can still kill you. You know what I mean? He doesn't need his legs like Russell Wilson. I mean, we just showing a whole highlight reel. Russell Wilson makes his better plays off of scrambling. Aaron Rodgers could be right there in the pocket and just sit there all day and be like, okay, I have weapons that can get open. I'm good. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But I do like your take. Back to our point, which quarterback has a lot to prove. If you're looking at it based off of time,
not even so much a lot to prove, but more so which one stands to benefit the most legacy-wise from winning a championship.
Yeah, I do like that. If you put it at, we putting it at a time limit because like Aaron Rodgers is literally about to be 40 years old. This is literally the end of his career. Yeah, I would agree with that. I do like that. Yeah. If you put it on that perspective, I just meant like as a moment, like now. I do like Lamar still because, like I said, I mean, it's just more for not only his type of quarterback, his culture, man.
You said Lamar?
Yeah, I got Lamar still because I'm like, it doesn't hit just on a a personal achievement type. Turning around, I can look at you. I'm looking at you, try to hawk me down. Aaron Rodgers getting hawked down. Tom Brady getting hawked down. Joe Montana's getting hawked down. Peyton Manning's getting hawked down. That man turn around like, you hear? No, I'm still. No. That's it. I'm gone. Like he's literally going to be in a stratosphere of quarterbacks that have never won a Super Bowl with his type of play. Never.
Wait a minute, I forgot one. Oh no, we mentioned it earlier. Was Pat Mahomes, and it does sound ridiculous, but to think about what it's going to mean and what it's going to establish his level at if he should get this three-peat it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even.
Does he jump Tom?
And no, not yet, but he will be well on the path to do it. Tom Brady's body of work is still too crazy because there's so much winning and there's so much, like he's got just about every major statistical, he's got, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's a sad fact.
But statistically, I think the crazy stat is he, in his career, was statistically more likely to play in an AFC championship game than every quarterback who ever lived is to complete a pass. Like, that doesn't even make sense when you're like, wait, what?
But he's never made it less than the numbers when it comes to Tom Brady
are absurd. Say again?
He's never made it less than the AFC championship game, period.
I don't think he's in the divisional.
I don't think he's never lost prior to that.
That would be,
but he's been in the league 6-7 years.
That would be crazy.
He has 6 AFC championship appearances.
No. So let's see. So he was in the AFC for 20 out of 23 seasons, right? And he went to what are we
talking about?
Tom Brady, right?
I'm talking about Pat Mahomes.
Oh, Pat Mahomes. Okay.
Pat Mahomes. Yeah.
Oh, no, Mahomes. You're right. I thought you were still talking about Brady.
He's never made it less than an AFC championship.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, not Tom Brady. I mean, yeah.
Okay. I got you.
He's actually had a losing season.
Yeah. The other one, man, I'm just going back through these and I'm thinking, man, Josh Allen, like that dude has it all. And I'm just, and again, everyone, and it's a legitimate point. We'll see what he really is this year. Not having those, not having a number one wide receiver, not having that number 2 guy in Gabe Davis, who as a rookie in his first ever playoff game set the NFL record for touchdown catches in the playoff game. But
I just think that it's unrealistic for him. I mean, to be in this conversation, it's unrealistic because doesn't that make it that if he wins? Go ahead.
I was going to say, doesn't that make it that if he should win a championship, it's a gigantic legend boost? Just for the point, legacy boost. I'm sorry,
extremely legendary.
Yeah, for him, for his city and his franchise. No, I wouldn't bet it either. But I think that's why he's in the discussion, because if it happened, it would catapult him so high so quickly, and it would put him in a place that maybe he shouldn't even be as good as he is, because, like you're saying, it's so unlikely. But then it's just the legacy of him being the guy to finally get the Bills over the Schneid and winning a championship. So I think he's right in that discussion.
I will put that over an 18-0 winning season.
I might too.
If he was to win it this year. Because there's no expectation for him to win at all, honestly. I mean, you just lost your number 1 receiver and number 2 receiver, right? Everybody's doubting you to even be relevant because everybody's like, well, what was Josh Allen before Stephon Diggs got there? Like, Josh Allen can't improve and grow as a quarterback, but I'll wait to see what the film says. this season. But if you was to do it with a rookie wide receiver who is your number one, because he's going to be your number one, Keon Coleman is your number one receiver as a rookie.
Right.
I'm forever getting my. I don't care what. Josh Allen could be a bum for the rest of his career, and I'm just gonna remember, bro. Josh Allen did it with nobody. Literally saw him go with a rookie and win a Super Bowl when he wasn't even predicated to win his division. You know what I mean? Like that. That's huge, but I think that's a huge gamble, huge risk.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then the other one. I'm just going through these things in my mind. I'm having a hard time picking one guy because, man, the Dak Prescott one, with all the cowboy hype and like he wins a championship, he's immediately into the Hall of Fame. I don't care what anyone says. Like
no, without question,
because
without an MVP.
He's an outstanding regular season player, and so he's gonna have a lot of numbers. And then again, there are certain franchises in certain cities, and if you can do it with the Cowboys, especially after this long a break, it's gonna be legendary.
Him and next to New York, he's in the bigger market. If he won a Super Bowl, we're talking about it for years. It's that's now embedded into the world's brain.
Especially
you can't do anything about it,
especially with all the questions about Dak. His ability, can he get it done? Is he the guy? I mean, you've heard how many times I've said he's not the guy. I've made a number of shows talking about how he's not the guy. You've heard me say it multiple times.
No,
if
absolutely.
he was to win, I would have to immediately, right after the game, we go live and, hey, I was wrong about Dak. He proved it. You know what I'm saying? I have to get on there, give him his flowers. So, okay. So I guess it's time. We've done all the breakdown. It's time for me to actually pick one. So I'm just going to do Aaron Rodgers. I think he's got the biggest legacy bump if he wins a championship.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have compelling cases, but I think it's Aaron Rodgers.
If you put it on time, like the way you did, I mean, I didn't think about it from a time aspect. I just thought about it just like in general. I do like the Aaron Rodgers pick.
Check this out. Tyler says Purdy might be an interesting case. They'd make a Disney movie about Mr. Irrelevant.
Not yet, no.
Why not? They made a movie about Mark Wahlberg. Was it with the Eagles?
Jets?
With the Eagles.
Was the Eagles?
Yeah. I can't remember who the player was that he was supposed to be, but it was a guy who I think did like an off the street walk-on tryout and ended up making the team. Yeah. So that's
I know exactly what movie you're talking about, man.
Sneed, how did Purdy blow the Super Bowl when he left the field? His team had the lead. Like I really don't understand that.
Patrick Mahomes won that Super Bowl.
Vince Papale, that is who that is. Yep. Exactly. Pat Mahomes won that Super Bowl.
That's
correct. That's correct.
I mean, we literally saw Pat Mahomes put the team on his back, scramble, I mean, you can't, other than Tom, you can't think of any greater comeback. I mean, like literally the game was on the line. He was just like, hey, man, bump it, bro. I'll be the run game and the passing game.
Wow.
He scrambled, ran for it, and he also he was the passer, bro.
Do you have the Colorado game on?
No, I turned it off.
Oh, man, you're about to see something.
I'll turn it off.
This is crazy.
I'm upset, bro.
Dion is out here getting smoked.
It was 21 zip last time I saw, but I'm not.
Oh, my gosh.
Turn this back on. Don't tell me to score.
Wow. It's not that serious. I'm going to leave that alone. But yes, you have a very good point. But I'm not going to comment any further on it.
That will make Purdy a pop.
He's right, but I'm not gonna say
he's not wrong.
He's not wrong at all. He is not wrong.
Hey, it's not that serious. That's a great take, but you know, I'm not in the predicament to where I want to lose the format podcast.
Right. Definitely do not want to do that.
We got enough pull, man. I don't think we got enough pull. So I mean,
no, we do not.
Your comment is your comment. You're entitled to your own opinion. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But
correct.
Keep commenting. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hey, by the way, guys, if you guys are tuned in, we haven't said it in a while. We've been kind of going back and forth a lot, but make sure you guys hit that like button no matter where you're watching, how you're listening. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Go to YouTube, please. If you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, no matter how you're doing, please do go to YouTube. Hit that like button. It really does boost this content to push it out to other viewers that are just like you and us who love to talk sports, guys. So it definitely means a lot. And hit that subscribe button. And when you guys know it, there's more content coming your way. So definitely wanted to put that out there. But boy, it's not that serious. That's serious.
that was a fantastic comment, wasn't it? He was 100% right.
That's serious.
Tyler, you are right. Tyler, you are right.
Man. What is that? Deion gets smacked by a kid born in
Yeah, this game is crazy.
But I mean, that's why I didn't say anything. I was just like, you know what, man? It's Nebraska. That boy's got the Patrick Mahomes over there. Like, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. All right. Man.
So let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's open up the phone lines. And let's go ahead and open up the phone lines. Let's take some calls, see what anybody has to say about it. If there's anything they haven't already said in the chat. And then after that, we'll get to our final topic. So yeah. I'll put it in the chat, but it's also scrolling on the bottom of the screen, 904-219-8264. That's 904-219-8264.
He had to do the voice, guys.
I had to do the voice. What's up, Sneed? What's going on, man?
What's going on, Bruce? Transformer, come on, bro. What you saying about Aaron Rodgers being a pocket quarterback? What are you saying, bro?
He can be.
Yeah.
He is not a quarterback that sits in the pocket. Absolutely not.
But he can be. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he can do. No, yeah, he can do both.
No, he cannot be, and I'm going to tell you why.
All right, let's go.
He is incredibly less effective if he's in the pocket. He has to scramble to be very good.
But that's the point. We're not talking about very good.
Then you can't win unless he's very good. That's the Jets.
But they have an elite defense, though.
Exactly. Okay, Sneed, listen. The point I'm trying to make about Aaron Rodgers, right? We don't need him to be Green Bay version Aaron Rodgers. We don't need that. The Jets don't need. They literally had a season to where if there was an average 14 points a game, they would have went like double-digit wins. 14 points. 14.
So let me ask you this, Transformer. Who's better right now? Jared Goff in Detroit or Aaron Rodgers at the Jets?
What type of question is that? I don't get your question.
That is a very important question.
Jared Goff in Detroit.
Jared Goff was very good, and they couldn't get to the Super Bowl.
What I mean, are we making like Super Bowl predictions, or we're just saying based off of what Aaron Rodgers can do for that team?
I'm questioning the sentiment that Aaron Rodgers is a pocket quarterback. He's really not that great at being a pocket quarterback. He's very average as a pocket quarterback. He's a great quarterback because of what he can do when he extends plays. His specialty is getting out of the pocket, moving the defense, and finding guys down the field, stretching out the play. From seconds 1 to 3, he's very average. And now at this point of his career, I think he's weak in that area.
Even being average for the Jets right now is heaven sent.
Yeah.
You've been piss poor. I mean, if you were to tell a poor man that I can give you a deluxe Happy Meal or I can give you a Ruth Chris steak, which one? I mean, do you think he's going to be upset with the Happy Meal?
We were talking about guys in Super Bowls, and you're talking about a guy who clearly can't. And he's off a really bad injury. And his best part about his game, which was movement, he probably can't do it anymore.
So,
and probably, I'm saying we're all making. I mean, that's a prediction, right? You're saying probably. I'm saying I'll
bet a paycheck that I'm right.
Well, okay. How would you be right? How would you define me winning your paycheck, sir?
We were talking about mobility, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's coming off an injury, and he was already slowing down. So now you're going to give him a serious injury. Yeah, I'm going to bet he's going to be very slow.
Define. Okay, how will we make this bet? What's the
like are you defining it by what? By completion percentage? Are you defining it by wins for the team on the season? Like what is your that I think that's what he's asking.
Yeah.
Oh, like if we're going to really frame a bet as to whether or not he can scramble?
No, I didn't say he could.
No.
I didn't say anything about that.
Hold on. Let me jump in here and transform. Pause.
Yeah.
I think what Transform is trying to say, Sneed, is that Aaron Rodgers has the ability. He's good enough that he doesn't need that that super mobility anymore, that he can still beat you from the pocket because he's that good. I think that's what Transformer's trying to say. And I believe that. He's extremely accurate, right? And he just needs to, and he gets rid of the ball quickly. So I don't think he needs to be out there running around looking crazy, because he was already slowing down anyway at this age.
Yeah.
So I don't think he needs to be doing that. I think he can beat you from the pocket. And I agree with Transformer on that.
There's 15 to 20 other guys that'll get his same numbers doing the same things this year.
I guess we got to wait and see. I guess we got, and I think
without that magic ability to scramble and create those plays, there's nothing special about him anymore.
Well, I guess we'll find out. I think the only other argument, of course, is that, I mean,
Brock Purdy got to a Super Bowl.
We got to stop this Brock Purdy disrespect. That's crazy. Because
Brock Purdy got to the Super Bowl with decent athleticism, right? He's a good athlete.
Yes, he is.
Decent athleticism, not Lamar, just decent. And we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, who won one Super Bowl and who has built a resume of one Super Bowl, one special year.
Yeah, he definitely should have won more. I'm with you. He definitely should have won more.
And there are still people hanging on to this concept that, like, okay, so he's great and he's got numbers and he's had great seasons. But I'm looking at the way that he played in his career, and I'm looking at the last several years, and I'm thinking to myself,
only one.
He's only been on the luck, like the side effects, like the things that come with Aaron Rodgers, the juice isn't even worth the squeeze anymore. You know? And the only thing I'm questioning, the only thing I was questioning about what Transformer was saying is saying, that he's going to be this pocket quarterback. He's going to be just like anybody else if he's a pocket quarterback. He'll be the same as he'll be the same as everybody else. He won't even stick out anymore.
I think we're just going to have to wait and see, because I think Transformer and I both disagree with you on that, Sneed, and all we can do is just wait to see how that plays out. So it's, we're not planning on going anywhere. Hopefully you're not either. So
man, I love the show, man. You guys are the best, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you.
Always, Sneed. Always. Good
man.
commentary, brother.
Thanks, man.
All right. Tyler, I'm going to disagree with you on that.
I won't say the best. Yeah, I won't say the best.
John Elway, Dan Marino, like, there's some super elite arm talents out there.
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying.